Welcome back to Daytime. The economy may be tough, but don't let it take a toll on your relationship with your kids. Tom Watson knows this from experience.
A father of 3 boys, he found himself slowly starting to drift apart from his children while working hard to build his business. He is the author of Man Shoes, The Journey to Become a Better Man, Husband, and Father. Tom Watson joins us now. Good to have you here.
Nice to be here, ladies.
You were in 13 foster homes growing up?
13 foster homes by the time I was 5 years old, yeah.
Gosh.
It's a tough way to start.
But thankfully, the Watson family did adopt you when you were 5?
And they took me in at 5 years of age. I ended up on their doorstep with a couple of grocery bags of my worldly belongings, and this elderly couple took me in. Who knows why, but they did.
And what did you learn from having been in 13 homes to then the Watson home?
Well, I learned a lot of bad things.
Yes.
I learned everything you shouldn't do. And I was doing everything I shouldn't do. But what I learned was the stability that's needed for children. I mean, I didn't have that stability, you know what I mean? And so all of the things that, you know, living in a home with 2 stable parents, I didn't have. And so do for my sons was make sure that they didn't endure what I went through, all those insecurities, all that, all those lost memories that I talk about in the book, so that they wouldn't have to feel that insecurity. I could raise children who are much more secure in who they were than what I was.
You say don't spend time with your kids, share time with your kids. Explain the difference.
Well, how many times do you hear people say, you know, they're so busy now, oh, I got to go spend time with my wife or my husband, or I got to spend time with my kids. And it almost seems like it's a penitentiary sentence, you know what I mean?
Right.
I got to do this, right? Rather than, I should be excited about this. And so for me, I really get excited about sharing time with people. I like sharing time with my wife. I like sharing time with my children together. I love sharing time with them alone. I love sharing time with my friends. So it's sharing time. It's not spending time. Spending just is a negative way of thinking about sharing time.
Right. That's a good point.
It is a good point. You also say, you know, even if you don't have a lot of time, no matter what, create a schedule. Make a schedule so you will spend time with your child every week.
Well, you know, a lot of people question me about that because they say, well, isn't that kind of, sounds like you have to do it. My thing is that I want to do it. And so I schedule it to do it.
And they depend on that.
They depend on that. Because what happens is that we get busy. And that's what I talk about in Man Shoes, this point in my life where I was building my company. And I always was going to do it. I was going to go spend time with them.
Right.
And I would always get waylaid doing something else. And before you know it, that time's over. And so, and we think we have our children for a long time. We really don't.
It's a heartbeat, isn't it? You say a little time's better than none.
Little time's none. And that's something that we all have to realize, is that no time is no fun.
Right.
And so a little bit of time, and in particular if we're giving quality time. And you need to be there in body, but you also need to be there in your mind as well. You know, lots of times we're there, but I'm thinking about 5,000 different things, and I'm not really listening. Every now and then my wife will say, did you get the list? And I'll go, I got the first part. Can you tell me the last 5?
Right.
You know, so be there and make sure that you're spending a little bit of time.
And especially in this economy, you say don't plan big. You don't need to.
Well, so often we feel guilty. You know, like I know as a dad, when I haven't spent much of my time with my family, I almost feel guilty. So then we book the trip to Mexico instead of just going for a walk in the park.
Right.
Because we're trying to be grandiose. And we're trying to make memories happen for them, when really the memories are those mortar moments. Our lives are built on bricks. We have faith, and we have work, and we have family. But in between all of those things, there's this mortar that holds the bricks together. And those moments are those mortar moments.
Well, the book is called Man Shoes. Tom Watson, it's excellent. And when you mention that, buying a ball glove with my dad, one of my fondest memories.
Yeah, taking walks with my mom, actually, one of mine.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, still to come, know someone who's a really bad dress